I love you, Bobby.
Who? Free beats, you gotta love it. Hey. Never left, but your boy's back again. No skins, but I'm steady stacking wins. Never solo, whole squad with me. Just remember that we never stop spinning. Working with the universe, I'm breaking plateaus. I've been making progress lately, got a long way still to go. As I go through trying to make gains, the keys I already achieved it. In my mind I gotta believe, and now my body's starting to feel it. Yeah. Still spinning 45. It's almost been a year since I started it. Finally on a consistent schedule every Tuesday. It feels good. It feels good to have a plan for it, so I know what day I'm gonna do it. And yeah, I have a lot of good stuff today, and I just want to get right into it. I'm also gonna have guests on soon. Big shout out, or what do you want to call it? Big hint I meant to say is that I'm probably gonna try to get. Well, I'm gonna try. I just gotta link up schedules with Jacob Tucker, 2011 NCAA dunk contest winner, champion at 5'11", 5'10", 5'9". I don't know. He's like my height. It's ridiculous. So I talked to him back and forth. We're just trying to link up schedules, so I would love to have him on if I can make that happen. So definitely stay on the lookout for that, because that will be an awesome conversation. I'm just totally curious how we got into it and just what his thoughts are about dunking and it's all this thing. So that'll be a great podcast. So I'm looking forward to this. But for now, this one, it's just me solo dolo in this thing, studio apartment. Oh yeah. So quick update on this podcast is I want to give a quick update on my life journey, my manifestation goals, and where I'm at with that, and also just kind of give updates on my content, because I feel like it's really insightful to those who are trying to chase their goals, whatever they are, that they see other people living the life they want to live, like how I am right now. I see other people that are content creators full time, and that's all they do, and it's like they're passionate about it, and it's kind of cool that I can give insight of where I'm at now, so like you can see my whole progress and all my journey and ask questions or just hopefully learn something, because I've learned so much as I go, and I'm not near my goal yet, but I hope to get that goal eventually, and it would be cool to have all this as like documentation. So starting out, I'll start with my dunk goals real quick. Is last week where I'm at right now, which was well, Saturday I had a big dunk session with the boys. It was amazing. I hit an East Bay in a big session, which was the first time I hit it with like everybody there. And I don't think last time it was just like the pressure got to me, but it's just a lot of times there was a lot of things that like go wrong. Like I just never even got it close, but it was just good to be able to hit it on a normal day. Like just felt like a regular routine dunk. I got super hyped. It wasn't routine, but it felt, I was as confident as like hitting a big windmill. Like a windmill I know I can hit, but like I can't get the perfect one. So I hit an East Bay, like I had a few attempts that were just like super close, and I felt like I could definitely get it, and it was just super hype, and it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of friends there, a couple new people. Shout out to Kyle and Andy coming out of nowhere, not nowhere, but like traveling down just to dunk with us. It was awesome. It was awesome. And then this Thursday, I'm going to say it again, just like last week where I hit the elbow. Last week I said I'm going to hit the elbow on Thursday on 9-9, and I did it, so that felt amazing. And then this week I'm going to hit two-hand dribble dunk on 10 feet. I hit it on 9-11 on that rim that feels like 10 feet, so I definitely can hit it on 10 feet. And there's actually a brand new LA Fitness. It's kind of far, but Isaiah mentioned it was 10 foot, and the other side is like 10 foot and a quarter or 10 foot and a half. Either way, they're both like legit nice courts, so I'm super pumped about that, because I think that'll be a great court to go to, hopefully empty too. So yeah. And that's my dunk goals. But what else happened, which is really interesting, is that there was this. I'll tell you the story first, so it all circles back. But 2 weeks ago, I tried to get the two-hand on 9-11, and it was my first time trying to like manifest it, visualize it, whatever, because it was a dunk I've been trying to do for years, literally like 2 to 3 years, and I just tried to really envision myself getting it down and got it. And then actually, I had a podcast after my elbow. I forgot I did that podcast. But after my elbow, I told you about that one, how it was very hard mentally to get over that. Not to get the elbow, but it was just like a big test the day of, because I got a close one, and then I had a really bad attempt, and then I usually cut it after that on other days, because I just can never get nearly as high as the very first attempt. But I said I would get it, and I said it on the podcast, and I said it on my YouTube channel, and then I just went for it the third time as hard as I possibly could, and I got it. So that was huge for me, and that's what I'm trying to do this Thursday. I'm trying to visualize me hitting on 10 feet, which I know I can, and we'll see if I can repeat it this week. I'm definitely not sounding as confident, but I really am trying to visualize it, and it's just like the biggest goal of my life pretty much to hit that dunk, because it's been so many years and it's been very, very difficult for me. So anyway, I had those 2 weeks. The point of this story is coming up. I had those 2 weeks where I was just going hard. It was like the first 2 weeks of this new journey of mine, making a ton of podcasts, making a ton of content, going hard in the gym both weeks, like upper body, added legs to my workout. And then I had this big session with the boys, and I was dead on Saturday. I had the session and I was dead on Sunday. I didn't even jump that much, but Sunday I woke up, my whole entire back was sore. It's still a tad bit sore, but it was really sore Sunday, and my legs were sore. I haven't been that sore, especially my back, in a long time, especially just from jumping. And so I felt like I was way worked. So then going into this week, I'm like, I'm going to kind of have a deload week. I still think I could jump really high on Thursday, but I'm not going to try to like increase my bounce this week or really like go harder this week, because usually I try to push myself. But this week is kind of get recovered, get my body fully healthy, and then hit it hard next week again. So, and what was funny about that is that Thursday after the elbow hang, I had that feeling already, but I knew I was going to go hard with the boys on Saturday. But Friday I woke up feeling like, man, I achieved 2 goals within a week of each other that I've been trying for so long, and it just feels like I released so much off my back. And not even that it was like stress, but it was just such an achievement. I just felt so relieved for the moment, even though I had so many other goals. It just felt like I wanted it so badly, especially like to condense it down to one day. Like I wanted it a certain day, and I did it both times. That Friday, I just felt like I needed to take a break from everything, and I was visualizing nonstop. I felt like I was going insane. And then the funniest thing is that my sister's really spiritual. I think I told you about this already, but she mentioned that there's a full moon it was Friday. The full moon eclipse in like Aquarius, which was all about releasing. It wasn't a time for manifesting. It was actually like the opposite. It was all about like releasing, going within you, seeing if you have any like regrets or like anything negative in your life that you have within you. Try to release it and forget about it, any grudges you're holding. And it was just really fascinating because I felt like I was feeling what I should be feeling based on like the space and the moon, and it was just really interesting. So and then when I talked to people, I asked them how they were doing that day, and they all like had the same thing. Like my coworker, the first thing he said, I didn't even ask him what I was doing. He was just like, man, feeling rough today. I just feel stressed out. I just can't wait for the week to be over. And it was just like everybody's in that mood. Everybody feels like that on Friday, but it was just a little bit more than usual. And I might be playing into it because I have like confirmation bias because I learned about the full moon thing, but it was just very fascinating. And so that was really cool. And I liked those things to happen. And the other thing about feeling like I needed to release and relax was that I was learning. I keep trying to learn more about this manifestation, make sure I'm doing all the practices I can, meditate as much as I can, and just do the right practices. And here's the interesting paradox, which I kind of talked about in another podcast, but I think I figured out how to address it better and how to go about living with it. And the paradox is you have this goal you want, and you want it so badly. In the book I read, Think and Grow Rich, it's called Your Desire, and you want to obsess over it. You want to believe you already achieved it. You want to obsess over it, think about it morning and night, and if not more, and just really want it so bad. So you have this burning desire, so that way it's like implanted in your subconscious that you already achieved it and you want it so badly, right? And so you think about it all the time, and it just becomes a part of you basically. But then the paradox is that you can't want it so badly every single day of your life. You have to want it and have the desire, and then put the intentions out there. I will achieve this goal, and then let the rest come naturally to you from the universe. So let the universe handle it and give you the plans, and you have to kind of detach yourself from the outcome. So be like, okay, whatever happens, happens, but my intent is out there and I will do it, and I'll do everything I can to do it. And it's a weird contradiction because you have this strong desire, but at the same time, in the day-to-day, you can't be like, oh, I want this so badly, I want to hit this so badly. And I kind of learned from other YouTube videos. This guy, I think his name's Aaron Doherty, I think, on YouTube. I can drop a link if you're interested, but he has a lot of like videos on all of this, and he explained it very well because it's very hard to articulate it in words, like the feelings you have. But what he said was, when you're acting like that and you're saying, I want this to happen so badly, you're kind of, first of all, you have a little bit of doubt, because if you already believe you achieved it, you wouldn't even be thinking, oh, I want this to happen so bad. But for me, it's really hard to like 100% I already believed I already did it, even though I think that's the best way for me to achieve it, because it relaxes me, but also it gives me the abilities. I really believe that there's like either a higher power or even just like something that happens within your body, that when you have that belief, you do what's necessary to make it happen, because you just have to get to the destination or the goal. Now, I don't want to say destination, but the point is, when you're saying I want it, you're focusing on the fact that you have a lack of what it is. So if you say like, I want $1 million, right? I don't know, this is a random goal, but if you say, oh, I want it so bad, that's saying that you don't have it, because you're saying, oh, I really, really want it. I really want it. So it's kind of focusing your energy on the fact that you lack what you want. So that energy is going to build resistance, and then you're not going to be open to all the opportunities. So that was kind of the main point I wanted to make on this podcast, is that you want to set your intention. I think what you do is in the morning, you kind of meditate, focus what you want for the day. And then after you meditate for that 10, 20 minutes, you let it go, detach from the outcome, and then just live your day and then be present. And that's what I was doing the whole weekend, just trying to enjoy everything, because the 2 weeks prior, I was going crazy trying to visualize, thinking about it nonstop, working my butt off, visualizing it as much as I can, using every emotion, taking every time I can, like any break I had in the day, to like really indulge myself in the visualization part. But then you really have to, I wasn't being as present. So I think the first week I was being a little more present. That's why I felt a little more in tune. And then when I released on Friday, it felt like I was kind of back into that present moment and just enjoying it. And it's very interesting, because if you're present, they say you're open to all the energy coming in. So when things come, you can be aware of them. So it's just an interesting balance that I see. Very hard for me to be in the right thing, because I want it so badly, and my whole journey's been about work ethic and working as hard as I possibly could, that it's hard for me to just kind of let things happen, even though that's the best way for me to see see with the most clarity what the right path is for me to go down. But that's what I think you should do, and that's it. So I think that was pretty much the end of that whole segment. I had other things I wanted to talk about. Yes. So then, just totally switching topics, I saw this show that was really interesting called on Viceland. It was about this guy. It was like Mr. Tachion or something like that. It was kind of like a new series about like almost like superhuman powers, but kind of trying to do science behind it. And it kind of related to what I've been thinking. And that was me being present. I was just indulging in TV, because I don't really watch too much TV. But it was like, one episode was about like the sixth sense. Like, can people have like a sixth sense where they can sense things other than the five senses, obviously. But one experiment they did was this thing called remote viewing, where a person can kind of see through another person's eyes. So this guy stayed in a room, and then the volunteer went into they went to 3 different locations. They had all options, and the guy went to one, and he kind of just stood there and looked around, and the guy in the room just wrote down notes of what he was feeling or getting a vibe of, and he was able to kind of describe the location. It was really interesting. So, and there's been a lot of tests like that, where if like I'm facing to the right and someone's facing to the left, I could like say what they're looking at. It's very interesting, but I don't know how much I believe that, but it was really interesting to see that case study done. And I feel like we're just going to keep learning more. And I do feel like some people have that ability. I don't think it's like everybody has that, but I feel like some people have that ability. And then the other one, which is really interesting, was this guy who had brain trauma. I think he like some kind of head injury, and then he saw the world in like math problems. So for example, they threw like a ball to him and he caught it, and they're like, what did you see there? And he could like mathematically explain the trajectory of the ball in the air in math terms, like the acceleration and like the parabola it made in the air. I don't know if that even makes any sense with words. You have to like see it, but it was just so crazy, because it makes it feel like this is kind of like a program that like some people kind of get, like he got knocked on the head, so now he could see the program of life and all the different weirdness that we can't really understand. So that was so crazy, because like it seems like we're doing that anyway, meaning like calculating things. Like when we walk, we kind of get good at like measuring how many steps to like a wall, right? If you're walking to a wall, you could kind of gauge how far you are, or like just anything, like how high you're jumping, anything like that. So it's weird that like if you have like something happen to your brain, you could actually kind of see those numbers or see those formulas way better than others. Like they called him, he was a savant, which is like an extremely intelligent person. I think it's actually like some kind of injury, is not injury, but you have like super ability in like math, for example, but then you have like maybe poor social skills, something like that. But it was so interesting. It makes me think like there's so much we don't know about the world, and that's what I wanted Still Spinning to be about, is that I wanted to take time out of your day to realize that there's so much going on that we have no clue about, and just to keep you thinking and learning so you could try to make the most out of your life, and also to keep you passionate about what you're doing, because, or find your passion. If you don't know what your passion is, definitely be looking for it. And I think that'll probably be it for this week. Just because of keeping it short, I don't have much to say. I'm trying to just pump stuff out. And, oh, quick update though. My Twitch, I think my next stream might be the one that gets me to Twitch affiliate. So that would be super dope, because then I can get subscribers. And then that's just another revenue stream to help me make this my life, which would be amazing. I mean, I can't even imagine it. But I love doing it. And I have a bunch of people that come watch me live stream, and they ask me the best questions. We have a great time, and it's like, it's so fun to interact with those people. And so I just wanted to put that out there, because it's really interesting to see how people come from like nothing to try to be a streamer, and I'm just trying all these outlets, so I wanted to share that with you. And then the other thing is that I'm doing a shoe giveaway, free shoes, the same shoes I wear, the Mamba Instincts. If you want to win, or try to enter to win, I mean, you can go to my latest YouTube video, not this one. Actually, maybe I'll put the link in this one as well. But you can enter to win to get free shoes. I'm doing it, obviously, to try to grow my channel, but I also think it's an awesome way to interact with you guys, because I have the same shoes, and I just want to do that, and I could afford them. They're only like $50 to $75, and I think it's really cool to see you guys wanting to win, and I hope it goes to somebody that I can help out with. But in the future, I want to do a lot more of that too, and I also, the last thing I'm doing too is a dunk meet up with my subscribers, and I'm currently trying to pick the location. I saw a lot of people enter, about like 70 I think entered their location. I didn't really look at the locations yet, but I'm really trying to find a location to meet up with the most subscribers I can. So I would love it to be a city where a lot of you are at, that is accessible to a lot of people. So I'm not just meeting like one person. I can try to get like a group there, just to make it more efficient, because I don't have that much time to do this yet. But in the future, I would love to make more trips like this. Like, it would be so awesome to just constantly be traveling and dunking with some of you guys that I've talked to for years, or just try to help you guys get your first dunk. That would be super awesome. Wait, I even have more. And the last thing is that I'm trying to do dunk training as well. So if you want one-on-one training with me, I said this in my last video, you can get the details. But the thing about the dunk training that I really like is that I make these videos and tutorials to help you out, but I've had people DM me and I answer 1 or 2 questions, but sometimes like people are really passionate, and so I've done it in the past where I do FaceTime sessions, and I helped like 3 or 4 people, and they made really good progress, and now they're kind of just making progress on their own. But that's why I have like daily or weekly or monthly, because I feel like just one call, when I get your specific problems with and give you like an in-depth analysis of what I think you should do, it's invaluable. And from my experience, I know I can tell a lot of things to work on, and most people aren't really at like an elite level that need my help. I mean, I'm not going to help them. They already know what to do. But if you get to like my level, for example, mine, I'm at like about 42, 43 inches, but I kind of know what I need to do to jump higher, but I've just had trouble with the mental blocks, as you guys know, and I'm finally over that. But just like little things. But the point is like before you get to like low 40s or even upper 40s, is like there's a lot to work on. So just by asking you a few questions, there's a lot of things you can work on. But like for me, is like I feel like I know everything to work on, from diet to technique to recovery to everything, to mindset and everything, that I could help you a lot in your journey. And there's all different factors. There's a lot of different problems with different people's techniques and things like that. And I just think it's really helpful, and it's been really helpful in the past. Every time I like talk to somebody over and over again, because a lot of times I DM people, they ask me a question, and maybe they ask a few more, but some people ask me questions consistently, and then a couple weeks later they'll show me their progress, or they'll go try what I said at the session and they'll show me, and it works. So it's really awesome. So I want to do that a lot more, and it's another great way for me to make money doing what I love. So, and I really appreciate everybody helping me out with this. But that's it for Still Spinning this week. Hope I didn't build it up too much and make it too not enough information, but definitely another one next week. And I'm really focused on my goal this Thursday. Keep a lookout for that. Tomorrow I'm warming up. I just took like 3 days of rest. Today I'm going to stretch, probably potentiate a little bit, but I'm going to warm up and dunk a little bit tomorrow, lightly. And then Thursday I'm going all out and getting my first two-hand right-left dribble dunk on 10 feet. Let's get it. Toodaloo. Thank you for watching, listening, whichever. I love all of you. See ya!